The gentleman from the 97th, Delegate Anders, is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Would the gentleman from the 3rd yield for some questions?
Sure.
Okay, thanks. I've been reading through the bill and the fiscal note, but trying to find the details of the funding. How's this program exactly funded?
Sure, yeah. With talking to, so I ran this bill last year as well, a little backstory on it. With talking with the HEPC, the understanding is they will be searching for grant funding, whether that's public or private through federal dollars or private institutions or grant funds that do things like this. That is the intent of it. It does not take state tax dollars. It doesn't create a special revenue account. It doesn't do any of that.
Okay, so does anything in the bill restrict funding just to private sources so that it can't come from taxpayer dollars?
No.
No. Okay, so it is possible that our constituents could end up paying for this program.
That would be a decision of a future legislature.
Okay, thank you. Permission to speak to the bill?
Yes, gentleman is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, colleagues. I understand the intent of the bill. However, families across this state are struggling just to pay their electric bills. They're watching grocery prices climb every week, and they're being crushed by the inflation tax caused by government spending. House Bill 4081 creates a brand new state program, the so-called Higher Education, Health, and Aid Grant. It authorizes public colleges and universities to distribute food, groceries, hygiene products, and yes, even disposable plates and utensils that the taxpayers could possibly end up paying. Let me be clear, compassion is not the issue. The issue is whether it's the constitutional role of the state to create yet another possible government welfare program, especially one with no clear limits and no clear funding. And that brings me to the most troubling parts of the bill, and that there was no fiscal note, there's no cost estimate, there's no identified specific funding source besides it authorizes obtaining these grants. We were told that this will be handled through grants, but the bill does not specify which grants they come from, how long they last, or what happens when those funds run out. And when they disappear, the obligation we are creating today does not disappear with them. This bill does not directly appropriate a single dollar today, but that does not mean it is free. What it does create is a mechanism, the framework for future appropriations. It authorizes a program first and possibly sends the bill to the taxpayers later. This is how government grows. This is how these programs become permanent spending. This is how budgets get bloated. We should know what a program costs possibly before we create it. We should be able to tell the public exactly how it will be funded before we vote on it. And we should be not expanding the scope of government into every corner of daily life while West Virginians are struggling just to make ends meet. If college students need assistance, communities, families, churches, and private organizations are far better equipped to help without creating new government programs and new taxpayer obligations. No fiscal note, or the fiscal note, does not mean that it will not cost the taxpayers in the end. It means a possible unknown cost, and the taxpayer is always the backstop. And I strongly urge my colleagues to vote no on House Bill 4081. Thank you.
Lady from the 56th.